I'm really used to talking about my father's passing and my grieving of it publicly. I've made videos of his favorite foods, which is how a lot of you on YouTube have found me. I also put him into my directorial debut, I Will Make You Mine, which was very surreal, but also very therapeutic. And what happened recently, unexpectedly, is that my brother found an interview he had conducted with my dad, and I sent it to my husband to make a little AI animation, and I asked my mom for some pictures, and so I just made a little video of part of his interview. A lot of what he says in this are things he said to me growing up, but of course, I just never really listened. I mean, I listened to his stories, but I never really took the time to think about who he was and how he felt. And so here we go. Let's watch this video, huh?
My earliest expression in the United States, 1968 summer, I was in a twilight zone, one of the first weeks in the United States. It was so beautiful. It was a spaceless, timeless world, and the sky is blue, and it was totally in the heaven the first week. The super highway, the car, that fast moving, and an easy life is so easy that I'm able to spend $30 a month, and with my roommate, and I can eat like a rich man in Taiwan. And eventually I have a car, although it's a used car, I have a car. And this is the end of 60, that life seems so easy. And then in the early 70s, I became to, the reality become, I become to have a reality check. Well, I have no idea. I'm just a student and live in a real life. All I know is that I became to prepare for graduation, and I decided to stay in the United States. And I'm looking for a job. And in the academic field, the recession is a reality, that there's no job opening in my field of study. Now, many of my friends, that they have their degree, say a PhD, they have to change their career. None of my friends that can find a job in their original field of study. And that tells, of course, now I realize that the economy started from the academic field and then to other area. Okay, so this is the economic cycle that became to turn the other way, and that's 1976. I think the life become so difficult. I myself have to drop everything and then come to New York and find an office helper job, start from a minimum wage. And this is I already have finished my PhD, and I have to work as an office helper. That's 1976. I don't understand at the time, and I realize this is the natural cycle of the economy, and I'm just the victim of the process. Luckily, I get out of it because of the education. I'm able to struggle and eventually change the field of change my life and continue my life here. I was in the United States just maybe 6 months, and then I went to DC for a visit with two friends, and one of the purpose of my friend is to visit their friends in Taiwan. They know in Taiwan, And this young girl happened to be an American embassy's one of the high officer's daughter that they know, and they were very disturbed to find that she is a hippie. And my first impression when I visit her with my friend is that they are so dirty. The place they live is so dirty. But I hear they would talk, and they would a friendly talk, and I see that people are very friendly. Again, I was there only 6 months. I was totally curious and do not understand, but I definitely sympathize with her. And they I do not know them too much. And the second hippie that I know is my roommate. That I want, in my impression, he's very talented, the chemist, biochemist. And one day I opened the door, I knocked his door because someone wanted to he had a special delivery, and he seems not to answer. And when I knocked the door and I opened the door, I see thousands of. My impression is there's thousands of candle in his room, and he was in a dream world. I I have very little encounter with him. He's a mystery to me. That's. But I heard about his. He's on drug basically, and that's my second impression of someone in a very lovely thinking and very idealistic world. I have that experience.
That's my dad. Thanks for watching.